Hey folks, Cool18 here, and the sky is falling. No, not really. Twitch has announced today that they've made some relatively substantial changes to how VODs are handled on Twitch. VODs stand for video on demand, and they're basically like YouTube videos, are basically. But on Twitch, if you go, for example, to my channel over here, and you click on my name up in here, you can go to past broadcast and you can basically see videos, VODs, of all my previous live streams, for example. And it has announced that it's making changes to A, how it stores things, and also B, they are adding music detection to the VODs. And as a YouTuber, I'm pretty used to dealing with this kind of stuff. So that's why I'm not terribly concerned. It may have a big impact on some people, but it will almost certainly have no impact on me whatsoever. So let's quickly explain what the two changes are. First of all, they've changed the way they are keeping VODs. In the past, they've had the option to archive things forever, basically, which is what I have turned on here. So you can go and, again, go way back and watch some of my old live streams. Although I'm not sure why you would, because live streams are not quite as neatly organized as most YouTube videos, for example. So now, instead of keeping them forever, they will, for a Twitch partner like myself, they will keep them up to 60 days. And for the average person, they will keep them up to 14 days. But all is not lost, because you can make highlights of videos. You can take a past broadcast, you can go into sort of editing them and pick a point like from, 1 hour, 20 minutes to 1 hour, 45 minutes. The 35-minute chunk is like, me playing game X or whatever, and I can make a highlight out of that. Now, I believe the highlights, if I've understood this correctly, will be kept forever. And so then all of a sudden you're talking about something that is effectively very similar to how a YouTube video works. You don't just, record a 6-hour chunk and then upload it to YouTube. That's not good video, right? You record it in, specifically little edited or selected chunks, and then that's your highlight. So I believe that they will be kept, unless I've misunderstood something. Also, they've apparently made it easier to upload those chunks to YouTube. Now, this doesn't really affect me, because whenever I live stream, I actually record everything locally on my computer, and then I put in, I bring it into Premiere and I do my own little edits and cuts, and then I upload it to YouTube on my own. So none of these features will really have any impact on me whatsoever. Yeah, you can't go back and watch every single live stream of the history that I've ever made, but honestly, all the good bits I already upload to YouTube, so you're not really missing much. So that is change number one. Change number two is that they will be adding audio recognition to Twitch, but only in VODs. It does not affect the live streams. It's only in VODs. Maybe it will change to affect live streams later on, but as is, that's it. So what does this mean? Well, if you're someone who plays music while you live stream, the VODs will then be muted. If it detects music, like copyrighted music in your VOD will be muted in that chunk. Now, the way it works on Twitch internally, each VOD is sort of 30-minute chunks. So even if you only play like a minute of music, the entire 30-minute chunk will get muted. But again, that's only in VODs. It doesn't affect the live video. So again, it's not really a big deal for me, because I don't really care about the VODs per se. They also point out in here that 84% of all views on a VOD happen within the first 14 days. Now, some people don't do the YouTube thing, and they do really rely on those VODs. Well, if you are like a League of Legends streamer who plays music while you play, and you count on those things existing, well, I'm sorry, it sort of sucks, but there's all kinds of copyright issues that, if you're playing, Black Eyed Peas or something in the middle of your League of Legends gameplay, well, that's not going to be a good idea. They also point out that in-game music might get picked up, in-game and ambient. So, it could apply things to pick up on the microphone, but also things you're playing on your computer. But also, some in-game music is copyrighted. This is one of the reasons that all my Tropico videos, for example, the music is all muted in there, because there's huge copyright issues and annoyances and yada, 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 that even like the people who make Tropico don't have control over it. They just license some third-party music, basically, to use in Tropico, but they can't sort of sub-license that to me on YouTube, which is why my Tropico and Civ 5 and SimCity, and in fact, most of my videos, the music is muted, because it's already an issue on YouTube, so I'm used to dealing with that. So the fact that it's becoming an issue on Twitch is not really a surprise. Twitch doesn't want to get sued through every single body part that they own, just to allow, you to play League of Legends with some random music playing in the background. They do point out that there are sources of legal free-to-use music available that you can use in your VODs. There you go. And again, this does not affect live streams. So for me, for example, generally speaking, I don't play music while I'm actually live streaming a game, for example. I do play music while we take a break or in the pre-stream, while, you know, because usually the streams start at noon, but usually I actually set my stream, I actually like hit the button to go live around 11:30, but then it's just sort of a countdown screen while I play some music. So, you know, again, assuming I take my VODs and I edit the highlights to only use the actual gameplay bits, this won't affect me whatsoever. I think it might, you know, be a bit more of an effect to people who, so if you're someone who like streams 8 hours a day playing a game like League of Legends or Dota or something like that, and you play music in the background, and you like the VODs, then it's going to affect you. But that's a pretty big if. And so the solution to that is don't play copyrighted music on your stream if the VODs are important to you, for example. So this will probably mean that if you were to go and rewatch my Let 'em Dare streams, which are basically the only streams where I play copyrighted music while I stream, then yeah, that one will probably end up getting muted. Oh, darn. I don't know who would want to watch 48 hours on a VOD of me going crazy doing programming during a game jam, but there you have it. Anyway, that is the explanation of the changes. The sky is not falling. It is really not falling at all for me. It might affect a few people a little bit more. I don't think any of these changes are actually bad. I think the changes that Twitch has to do to not get sued. So there you have it. And there you go. Hope this explains things a little bit more, and I hope because I got a lot of emails and I got a lot of tweets from concerned people worried about me, and you don't have to worry about me, and I don't think you have to worry about most people. And again, the thing most people go to Twitch for is the actual live streaming, and right now it doesn't affect it. So there you have it. See you next time, folks. Bye bye.